The third thing that has quietly transformed countless lives is consistency. It may seem simple, even boring, but the truth is that consistency is the invisible force behind almost every significant achievement. Talent, intelligence, or even luck can only take someone so far. Without consistent effort, progress stagnates, opportunities are missed, and potential remains unrealized. On the other hand, individuals who commit to consistent actions, day after day, experience compounding results that can quietly reshape their lives over time. Consistency is the key to mastering skills. Take musicians, athletes, or writers as examples. A pianist who practices for 30 minutes every day will become far more proficient over a year than someone who plays for 3 hours once a month. Similarly, an athlete who trains regularly, even with small daily exercises, develops endurance, strength, and skill in ways that irregular, intense bursts of effort cannot achieve. The difference lies not in the magnitude of effort but in the repetition and reliability of action. One inspiring example comes from a young writer who dreamed of publishing a novel. Instead of waiting for the perfect inspiration, he committed to writing 500 words every single day. Some days were easy, others were difficult and frustrating. Yet, he remained consistent, pushing through challenges, distractions, and self-doubt. After a year, he had a complete manuscript ready for editing. The project that seemed impossible at the beginning was achieved, not because of a sudden spark of creativity, but because of the quiet power of consistent effort. Consistency also builds trust, both with oneself and with others. When you consistently meet deadlines, follow through on promises, or maintain habits, you demonstrate reliability. People notice, opportunities arise, and confidence grows. Conversely, inconsistent behavior undermines credibility and slows progress, often without anyone realizing the cumulative effect. Over time, consistent actions establish a strong personal reputation and a foundation for long-term success. Moreover, consistency shapes mindset and resilience. The practice of doing something regularly, even in small increments, trains the brain to handle challenges and persevere through setbacks. It reinforces patience, discipline, and focus. For instance, someone learning a new language by studying for 20 minutes each day develops skills faster and more sustainably than someone who crams for hours once in a while. The repeated practice creates neural pathways that embed knowledge deeply, making it easier to recall, apply, and expand upon. Consistency doesn't always require large efforts. Small, intentional actions, repeated over time, often produce the greatest results. Drinking water every morning, reading a page of a book each day, or taking a brief walk can seem insignificant individually. However, as these actions accumulate, they contribute to improved health, knowledge, and well-being. This principle applies to all areas of life: career growth, learning, fitness, personal development, and even relationships. Another important aspect of consistency is the ability to stay committed to long-term goals, despite obstacles. Life is full of distractions, temptations, and unforeseen challenges. Many people start projects with enthusiasm but give up too soon. The individuals who achieve extraordinary outcomes are rarely those who excel only occasionally. They are those who persist day after day, sometimes quietly, without immediate recognition or reward. This persistence creates momentum that grows exponentially over time. Consistency also enhances problem solving and creativity. By dedicating regular time to reflection, practice, or experimentation, individuals develop deeper insights and innovative approaches. For example, a scientist conducting daily experiments may discover patterns that lead to breakthroughs, while a designer who sketches every day gradually refines skills and ideas that ultimately create impactful work. Regular engagement cultivates mastery and allows creativity to flourish within a structured framework. A practical approach to building consistency involves setting realistic routines and tracking progress. Breaking goals into small, achievable tasks and completing them daily reduces the risk of burnout and increases motivation. Accountability mechanisms, such as journals, checklists, or reminders, help maintain focus and ensure that consistency is maintained even during busy or challenging periods. Over time, consistent actions become automatic habits, requiring less effort to maintain, yet continuing to yield results. Finally, it is important to understand that consistency is not perfection. Occasional setbacks are normal, but returning to routine promptly reinforces discipline and keeps momentum alive. The key is not flawless execution but persistent effort over time. Success is often the sum of repeated actions, small yet deliberate, carried out without fail. In conclusion, consistency is the quiet, powerful force behind life-changing success. By committing to regular, intentional actions, even small ones, individuals build skills, resilience, and credibility. They unlock opportunities that sporadic effort cannot provide and create compounding results that transform lives. Whether in learning, health, creativity, or personal growth, the act of showing up every day, reliably, is often more impactful than a single extraordinary effort. Embracing consistency allows anyone to steadily shape a life of achievement, purpose, and meaningful progress. The fourth life-changing thing that often transforms people quietly is the power of setting clear goals. Many individuals drift through life without a clear sense of direction, reacting to circumstances instead of intentionally shaping their future. Without goals, efforts are scattered, motivation wavers, and progress is difficult to measure. On the other hand, setting clear, specific, and achievable goals provides a roadmap that guides decisions, energizes actions, and quietly transforms everyday choices into meaningful progress over time. Goals give purpose to our daily actions. When you know what you are aiming for, even small steps become intentional. For instance, someone who sets a goal to improve their public speaking skills will spend time practicing, researching, and learning techniques, turning what might have been wasted hours into valuable experience. Without a goal, those same hours could easily be lost in distractions or unproductive routines. Goals act as a compass, directing energy toward outcomes that matter. Many successful individuals attribute their achievements to clearly defined goals. Entrepreneurs, athletes, writers, and scientists alike use goal setting as a foundation for their accomplishments. Consider a young athlete training to run a marathon. The goal provides structure: how many miles to run each week, when to rest, and what nutrition plan to follow. This structure allows consistent progress that, over months, turns a beginner into a competitive runner. Similarly, a student who sets a goal to master a subject creates a study schedule, seeks resources, and tracks performance, leading to success that may have seemed impossible initially. Setting goals also strengthens focus and decision-making. Life constantly presents choices, some small, some significant. When you have a clear goal, it becomes easier to decide what actions align with that objective and which ones are distractions. For example, a person aiming to write a book can evaluate opportunities, activities, and habits based on whether they contribute to writing progress. This clarity reduces wasted effort and ensures that energy is spent effectively, quietly creating momentum toward life-changing outcomes. Another key aspect is that goals enhance motivation and persistence. Challenges and setbacks are inevitable in any journey. Clear goals act as anchors, reminding individuals of their purpose and encouraging resilience. People who lack goals may give up when faced with difficulties, but those with a target in mind understand that obstacles are part of the process. The motivation derived from a clear objective encourages problem-solving, creativity, and endurance, all of which accumulate quietly into meaningful results. Effective goal setting involves several principles. Goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, commonly known as SMART goals. Specificity ensures clarity about what exactly is to be achieved. Measurability allows progress to be tracked. Achievability prevents frustration while encouraging effort. Relevance ensures alignment with personal values or long-term vision. Time-bound deadlines create urgency and focus, helping maintain momentum. By following these principles, goals become actionable plans rather than vague wishes. Visualization is another powerful tool that amplifies the effect of goal setting. People who regularly visualize their goals as if they have already been achieved tend to stay more focused and confident. Visualization activates the brain's reward centers, creating a sense of progress and motivating continued effort. This practice, combined with consistent daily actions, quietly changes behavior, decision-making, and ultimately, life outcomes. Additionally, writing down goals enhances accountability. Documenting objectives, creating step-by-step plans, and reviewing progress regularly reinforce commitment. When you see your goals on paper, they become tangible and real, not just abstract ideas. Tracking progress also allows adjustments and course corrections, ensuring that the path toward achievement remains effective and aligned with desired outcomes. Goal setting also fosters personal growth and self-awareness. By reflecting on what truly matters and identifying meaningful objectives, individuals clarify their values, strengths, and priorities. This awareness influences not only achievements but also overall life satisfaction. People who set goals experience a sense of purpose that guides their actions, inspires discipline, and nurtures resilience, quietly transforming their life trajectory over time. In conclusion, setting clear goals is a powerful, life-changing practice. By defining what you want, planning the steps to achieve it, and tracking progress consistently, you convert everyday actions into purposeful growth. Goals provide direction, focus, motivation, and resilience, helping individuals quietly transform their lives without relying on luck or extraordinary talent. The simple act of setting a clear, meaningful goal can unlock potential, open opportunities, and shape a life of purpose and achievement, demonstrating that clarity of intention is often more powerful than mere effort or chance. The fifth life-changing thing that can quietly transform people's lives is embracing challenges. Life naturally presents difficulties, obstacles, and unexpected events. Many individuals instinctively avoid discomfort or uncertainty, seeking safety and predictability. While this may feel easier in the short term, it limits growth, opportunity, and resilience. Those who learn to embrace challenges instead of fearing them experience profound personal development, often without realizing the transformation until much later. Challenges act as catalysts for growth. When faced with a difficult situation, individuals are forced to stretch their skills, adapt their mindset, and develop new strategies. For example, someone learning a new language may struggle to communicate initially, feeling frustrated and self-conscious. By facing this challenge consistently, practicing, asking questions, and stepping outside their comfort zone, they gradually build fluency. The same principle applies to many areas of life, from learning skills to pursuing professional goals. Challenges push people beyond passive existence into active transformation. A striking example comes from an ordinary teenager who decided to participate in a national science competition, despite having little experience and facing highly skilled peers. Initially intimidated and unsure of their abilities, they committed to learning, experimenting, and improving every day. Over time, the challenge built not only technical skills but also self-confidence, resilience, and problem-solving abilities. Even though they didn't win first place, the experience profoundly shaped their mindset, teaching them perseverance and the value of effort, lessons they carried into future successes. Embracing challenges also strengthens emotional resilience. Life is unpredictable, and setbacks are inevitable. Individuals who habitually avoid difficulties may struggle to cope when faced with unavoidable problems. Those who engage with challenges, however, learn to manage stress, navigate uncertainty, and maintain composure. This emotional resilience quietly accumulates, enabling them to approach future obstacles with confidence and clarity, rather than fear or avoidance. Challenges provide opportunities for creativity and innovation. When standard solutions fail, individuals are forced to think differently and experiment with new approaches. Inventors, entrepreneurs, and leaders often succeed not because they avoid problems but because they confront them with curiosity and determination. For instance, a young software developer tackling a complex coding problem may stumble repeatedly but ultimately discover a novel solution. These experiences cultivate problem-solving skills and the ability to approach life creatively, transforming ordinary difficulties into valuable learning experiences. Another important aspect of embracing challenges is the cultivation of self-discipline. Facing difficult tasks requires commitment, focus, and perseverance. Whether it's training for a physical goal, mastering a skill, or tackling academic work, consistent engagement with challenges develops discipline that extends to all areas of life. Over time, individuals who regularly confront obstacles become more organized, responsible, and capable of sustained effort, quietly building a foundation for future success. It's also important to recognize that challenges are relative. What feels difficult to one person may be manageable to another. The key is to intentionally seek growth opportunities slightly beyond your current comfort zone. By taking small, consistent steps into unfamiliar territory, you gradually expand your capabilities without overwhelming yourself. This method allows challenges to be productive rather than discouraging, reinforcing confidence and competence over time. Embracing challenges also strengthens perspective and gratitude. Difficult experiences often reveal strengths and resources that might otherwise remain hidden. They highlight the value of support systems, planning, and perseverance. By confronting challenges, individuals develop appreciation for both small victories and incremental progress, creating a mindset oriented toward growth, learning, and resilience. Practical strategies for embracing challenges include setting stretch goals, taking on new responsibilities, and volunteering for experiences that push personal boundaries. Journaling reflections on difficulties and solutions also helps individuals internalize lessons and track progress. Surrounding oneself with supportive peers or mentors provides encouragement and guidance, making challenges less intimidating and more productive. Finally, it is crucial to understand that failure is often part of the process. Embracing challenges doesn't mean immediate success, it means committing to learning, adapting, and persevering despite setbacks. Each challenge faced and overcome quietly builds confidence, skill, and resilience, creating cumulative changes in mindset, habits, and life outcomes. In conclusion, embracing challenges is a powerful, life-changing practice. By facing difficulties rather than avoiding them, individuals develop resilience, creativity, discipline, and confidence. Challenges act as catalysts for growth, shaping habits, perspectives, and skills in ways that are often unnoticed until long after the experience. By learning to welcome and navigate obstacles, anyone can quietly transform their life, gaining the tools and mindset necessary to achieve meaningful success and personal fulfillment.